Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today we are covering the conclusion, or rather the almost conclusion, of Marvel's Blood Hunt. It will make sense in a minute because, yeah, a lot of stuff happened in this video. If you're lost in the sauce, go check out my Blood Hunt playlist. Now, let's get into it. Everybody was mad at Doctor Doom. They thought he deadass orchestrated this whole vampire invasion just to get the title of Sorcerer Supreme. Yes, Doom is capable, but did he do it? We don't know, or at least we don't know yet. While that conversation was going on, the Avengers were at war with the vampire supremacy. Vision, moving quickly, unleashed their greatest asset, their Dark Witch, Scarlet, and she went crazy instantly because she wanted revenge. Black Panther, as we saw, has finally come to his senses and was fighting on the right side. Him and the Captain America tag team to take the big one. And who was left off to fight the Dark God? Who else but the God of Thunder himself? But the problem was, he didn't have his hammer. His hammer was in orbit, so Thor had to fight him with his bare hands. God versus God. Tony Stark wanted to end this quickly, asking Scarlet to use the magic spell that will kill all vampires, but she didn't want to do that. Clearly, there were some innocent vampires too. She wasn't a fan of killing a whole people. I'm sure she meant House of M. But I digress. While Shorty was being soft, her ex was being ripped apart by the other Dracula clone. This was a war. Stay focused, because Doom was focused. Give me the title of Sorcerer Supreme and let me end this. So Strange, realizing he had no choice, asked Doom to promise that he will return the mantle when his job is done. And Doom made them a promise. And we see Doctor Strange unleashing his very soul, giving Doom a part of himself. That was the only way to share the mantle, or rather give it away. And at this point, we knew deep down that this was what Doom wanted, because in a flash of light, he was reborn as the Sorcerer Supreme. Down in the streets of New York, though, the daughter of Blade was finding her conviction. She had to kill her own father, and Miles was going to be rocking with her, because deep down she knew this was the right path. She was a Blade after all. This was her way. Blade's cut. And honestly, they needed the backup. The Avengers, yeah, they were going through it. Thor was trying his best, but his best wasn't enough without his hammer. Thankfully, he arrived just in time, just within his grasp, and as soon as he made contact, the God of Lightning unleashed a blast that pushed everybody back. Tony was still confused. He was wondering why Captain Marvel didn't open up the skies again, but she made it clear that this part is thick. They needed more help to break through it, and Vision was there because he had the power of the sun too. By the end of the day, his damage made his power weak. His power cell being fractured made his power output so low, he was going to shut down at any moment. But thankfully, the Moon Knights came in just in time. While they were fighting that battle, Doom, the Sorcerer Supreme, drawn on the magic of multiple species he had gathered, right here, right now. He was about to end this war. Two battles being fought on two different battlefields at the same time. The Moon Knights were effective, but at the end of the day, they didn't have a way to keep these vampires down. The vampires have started to rally. The heroes were at a loss, because Blade was not just a god in name. Nah, he was a full-on god, and the only way to take him down was with the bloodline, and his daughter was not here. But thankfully, she arrived just in time, planting her dagger directly into her father's heart. But this was no longer her father. This was also the first vampire, and so Miles joined the attack because Blade turned him personally. And yeah, this was enough to push him out of Blade's body. Blade was free, and right on time, because Victor Von Doom unleashed the sun. Now, the skies were starting to clear, and the first vampire who possessed Blade was unleashed. Thankfully, Scarlet Witch trapped him. So yes, the battle was won. Blade was hurt, but he wasn't dying. The Avengers came through. The world suffered a great loss, but the day was saved. Right? Wrong. Because Doom prepares. Doom made a promise, yes, that he would give this mantle when the job was done. But in his own opinion, the job was not done. There was still more to do. With the swipe of his left hand, he dispersed the soul of Doctor Strange himself, and he smiled under his mask. Let there be doom. Right outside, though, Miles, who was currently a vampire, was shocked as to why the sun wasn't burning, but thankfully, because he helped save the world, apparently the world had blessed him with being a daywalker. It was great news all around, and before the celebrations could start, Iron Man got a message on his comlink, and he allowed everyone to hear it at the same time. Hear me, for I am your savior. Hear me, for I am the Sorcerer Supreme. Hear me, for I am Doom.